Good evening. I'd like to welcome our cherished friends and those of you joining us for the first time. My name is Danny Gunnell. I serve on the board of directors for Mentors International, and I'm honored to guide you through tonight's activities. We're so grateful that you're here tonight, and we sincerely appreciate the support that you have so generously given. Tonight, we want to honor the entrepreneurs empowered by our programs, the mentors and local teams that work so hard to support them, and finally, we want to express gratitude to the people who make it possible, all of you. Thanks to you, every year we build a brighter future for tens of thousands of families across the globe, one micro business and one family at a time. Before we go any further, we'd like to express our deepest thanks to the sponsors listed on your programs. Their generosity has made this evening possible. A special thanks goes out to our global sponsor, the Brent and Bonnie Jean Beasley Foundation, to our country sponsors, Gary and Kathy Free and the SMB Smith Foundation, and finally to our community sponsors, Corient, the Eccles Foundation, and Hillside Floral. Their generous contributions have covered the full cost of tonight's gala. This means that 100% of the donations tonight, including silent auction proceeds, your seat purchases, and any other donations or pledges will go directly to our programs. How awesome is that? Thank you so much, sponsors. This past year, the Mentors team has been hard at work building out systems, refining our programs, expanding our reach, and deepening our impact. I can attest that they have built an exceptional, innovative, and deeply committed team that will continue to guide this organization to do even more good in the years to come. Will the members of the Mentors headquarters team please stand up and wave? I have had the pleasure of serving on the board of directors for Mentors International for over 15 years. We would like to take a moment to recognize all our dedicated board members who volunteer their time and talents to guide this remarkable organization. Will the board of directors please stand and wave? Mentors International was founded in 1990 by Menlo Smith and Warner Woodworth. In the years since then, we have been extremely blessed to have been joined by several other amazing organizations. Cause for Hope, One Life at a Time, Lifting Generations, Elevate Global, and Cambodia Job Foundation. We'd like to acknowledge the combined efforts of all who have helped build these organizations and the foundation upon which we stand today. Could I please have all the former board members and staff of these organizations stand up and wave? I'm so grateful for the passion, hard work, and dedication that so many have put into building this organization that employs over 320 people in 12 countries that serve over 40,000 families per year. Thank you. My neighbor who's sitting with me at my table told me I needed to tell a couple jokes, and I told him I didn't have any, so he sent me two. They say that money can't buy happiness, but it can fund programs that make other people happy. And honestly, that's close enough for tonight. All right, it was okay. It was okay. How about this one? Maybe this one will be funnier. More funny. As a nonprofit, we follow a strict financial principle. Every dollar counts, which is why we'd love to count a few more tonight. Okay, well, tried. Before I turn the mic over to some of tonight's inspiring speakers, I'd like to share a little bit of my story and why I love mentors. 23 years ago, I got a phone call from a friend who offered me 2 tickets to a fancy Mentors Gala dinner that evening because somebody from Arizona had missed their flight. As a cash-strapped newlywed, I jumped on a free dinner and free date night. I was also excited because Gordon B. Hinckley, then president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, was being honored that evening, and he was going to be there. That night left an undeniable impression on my wife, Mary, and I. We were inspired by the mission of mentors. We were moved by the stories of individuals and families who had lifted themselves out of poverty through one-on-one mentoring. Although we didn't have extra money to give, we figured out a way to donate more than it cost for our dinner that evening, and we promised each other that when we did have extra, that we would find a way to help mentors. Fast forward 5 years, I had my first real success in the oil business. I was excited and ready to do some good in the world, and I called mentors and asked them what I could do to help. We learned that they were wanting to start working in Honduras and needed funds to get going. My partner Kimball and I, together with our wives and some of our investors, donated enough money to open Mentors in Honduras. What an amazing opportunity that was. The people in Honduras, thank you. The people in Honduras were hungry for mentors, and the country blossomed. Thanks to the generous support of many, Mentors has continued to grow in Honduras, impacting the lives of over 7,400 Hondurans in just the last 12 months. I have been to Honduras, Guatemala, Ghana, Kenya, and the Dominican Republic to see mentors working on the ground. The poverty that these good people face is terrible. For example, where we're doing a program with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Ghana, 10% of the population has a government job. They work for the police department, or they're in the military, or they're a teacher or a city administrator. 10% have jobs in private industry, like working in a restaurant or at a hotel. The other 80% of the people are unemployed. They are just hustling on the streets, trying to feed their families for that day. They're what we call necessity entrepreneurs. The poverty that they're facing is overwhelming. More education is not the best answer for many of these people because there just aren't opportunities for them to be employed. An MBA may not even matter in that neighborhood. These amazing people have started micro businesses so that they can survive. They just don't have the means or the understanding to get themselves out of the poverty cycle. Mentors is helping to change that. We are giving real business training and practical guidance and resources to help these people grow their businesses and improve their lives, giving them a hand up instead of a hand out. The sheer number of people who need our help is staggering. We need your help to scale Mentors. To encourage everyone to join Mentors in making a bigger difference, my wife and I and a few other donors who are here tonight have committed to match every donation made between now and December 2nd up to $300,000. We would love to match this full amount. Tonight, you will hear about just a few of the many stories of entrepreneurs becoming authors of their own success with the support of Mentors International. Our first speaker is someone who has been a part of the Mentors International journey for 6 years. She didn't just donate, she flew thousands of miles to see our work in action. She is an incredible entrepreneur and educator. Along with her husband, Eric, she started Learn, Do, Become to help individuals and families do what matters most in life. Please join me in giving a massive welcome to an advocate, a friend, and a true believer in the power of entrepreneurship, April Perry.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. So early in our marriage, Eric and I had some very lean years, and maybe you've been there too. When you aren't sure if your savings will last until you find employment, or when you bundle up at home so you don't have to turn on the heat, or when you skip a baby shower because you can't afford a gift. I remember one of our lowest times. We'd often wake up at 4 a.m. and we would just hold hands, just wondering how we were going to take care of our children and provide all the necessities of life when options just seemed so limited. And it's a painful place to be. Now, for us, those experiences were temporary, with so many safety nets in place. But there's an even deeper pain being felt by millions of people around the world every single day. And that's why I have a special place in my heart for Mentors International, because they don't just give away money, they create transformation. When Eric and I travel to developing countries, it's common for people to just ask us for money. And my heart aches in those moments because I know that simply handing out money won't serve them long term. But there's a difference, though, when you meet someone being trained and supported through Mentors International. They don't complain, they're not looking for one-time favors. There's confidence, and there's energy, and there's vision. So I bought this curtain here. I have a picture. This is Danya. This is from a woman in the Dominican Republic who lived near the city dump and ran 3 small businesses from her home. So one of her businesses was this curtain sewing business when she had electricity, that little meter where you could pay for electricity. One of her businesses was a portable restaurant serving people who would go to the dump to search through the rubble. And one was a little tiny store out of her front room where her neighbors came to buy supplies. A couple pictures there of her store right there in her home. And I bought this headband here from a woman in Nairobi who runs a small beauty supply pop-up shop in one of the poorest parts of the city. Both women are receiving mentorship from Mentors International, and they're now supporting their families through their own efforts and creativity and courage. When I left each of them, I felt inspired and uplifted and deeply grateful for Mentors International because this organization is changing lives in a way that truly works. In a society that is so often full of contention and superficiality, it is a gift to be here with you, united in supporting something that's truly changing the world. I wish I could give you all just a big hug, but thank you.
Thank you, April, for sharing those experiences. It's a good reminder that the opportunities and safety nets that we have here in the United States, they just don't exist in other places. Thank you for making the effort, April, to visit and encourage and lift and to share with us how you saw lives getting changed. Now, let's watch a story about one of our entrepreneurs in Kenya as we hear more about what Mentors International achieved over the last year.
Across the globe, billions of families are fighting to break the generational cycle of poverty. Due to a lack of job opportunities, many parents are forced to start their own micro businesses, but still struggle to provide for their family's basic needs. In Nairobi, Kenya, Florence used to wake up early each morning to travel to her small, secondhand clothing shop. Sales were slow, bills piled up, and every day felt like a battle she was losing. Because her business struggled, she struggled to provide for her family. But then, because of supporters like you, something changed. Florence found Mentors International and began working with her mentor, Nicholas. With his support, encouragement, and personalized training, she began to transform her own life. She learned and confidently applied business principles, such as specializing in white shirts for school and work uniforms. But more importantly, she learned to believe in her own potential and be fearless in her pursuit of it. Today, Florence now operates a successful business in a bustling market just steps from her home, where she can take care of her toddler between customers. Amazingly, her income has almost tripled. Her dreams are no longer dreams, they're her reality. Florence isn't an isolated success. She's part of a growing movement. In the last year alone, Mentors International worked with over 43,000 families, impacting 250,000 lives across Latin America, Africa, and Asia. That was a 3 times increase over the last 3 years. By the end of our program, these micro-entrepreneurs already saw, on average, an amazing 53% increase in income, a 65% increase in savings, and a 22% decrease in debt. But this isn't simply about building businesses. Our one-on-one mentoring program leads to long-term behavioral change that allows families to rise from poverty and build lasting self-reliance and economic prosperity. We are helping parents afford to send kids to school, put food on the table, and receive needed medical care. We're helping families live happier and healthier lives. This year, we also launched new tools to make our mentoring more consistent and measurable with the global rollout of our proprietary impact tracking software, standardized curriculum, and mentor certification. Mentors International is now more efficient and effective than ever, meaning your support goes further to empower more families. Unleashing human potential is the only way to truly end poverty. It's about turning dreams like Florence's into realities. It's about replacing a cycle of poverty with a legacy of prosperity. This is the work you make possible, and this is the change that lasts. Continue to partner with us, and let's build a world where every person has the tools and support to be the author of their own success story.
Wow, Florence's story is so inspiring, and what an incredible year for mentors. Every number and every face in that video is a testament to what can happen when passionate people come together to support this worthy mission. If you'd like to meet entrepreneurs like Florence, whose lives are changing because of our mentoring, we'd love to have you join us on an in-country visit. To see our 2026 calendar of trips, visit our website or scan the QR code in the program. It is now my pleasure to introduce someone who has been instrumental behind the scenes, someone who has guided us to operational excellence and has helped increase our impact across the globe. Ana Pena is our Director of Operations. She's an engineer and an MBA turned social impact operator who loves our mission to lift people out of poverty. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Ana Peña.
Thank you, Danny, and hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here and to see all these amazing, beautiful, excited supporters of the work that we do. As Director of Operations, it is my absolute honor and privilege to work alongside our field teams in all of our countries every day. Since my small career pivot that you heard Danny mention, from biotech manufacturing engineering to international education, almost 15 years ago, I've never felt more inspired or proud of the team that I work with. The highlight of my first year has been meeting our teams and going out in the field with mentors. Seeing our mentors walking alongside entrepreneurs and helping them grow their businesses and support families, it really brings home the transformative power of the work that we do. Today, we have over 300 staff members supporting families in 12 countries. Together, our job is to ensure that our mission is not just a hope, but it's a systematic, repeatable, and world-class solution that works around the world. Tonight, you'll hear us talk a lot about how amazing our mentors are and how these entrepreneurs are lifting themselves out of poverty, but I also want to give a special thank you to our incredible country directors. They lead our work on the ground and are the backbone of our operations structure, and I'd love for you to hear directly from them.
Hi, this is Kanika. I'm from Cambodia.
Soy Ruth Martes, directora País, República Dominicana.
My name is Lamek Chisale from Lilongwe, Malawi.
Soy Andrea Arenas de Colombia.
My name is Eric Onyango from Nairobi, Kenya.
Ralph Cabeza de Chiclayo, Perú.
Monica Cardoso from Cape Verde, Africa.
Soy Soran Vargas de Mérida, Yucatán, México.
My name is Emanuela Jamefi for Ghana.
Darío Quintero, director de País de Managua, Nicaragua.
Soy Darío Lorenzana de Mentors International, Guatemala.
Dennis Sturgeon from Honduras.
Me encanta trabajar para Mentors, porque a través de Mentors puedo bendecir la vida de los demás.
Porque de esa forma puedo ayudar a muchas personas a salir de la pobreza hacia la autosuficiencia.
Empowering individuals to lead their own transformations.
I love the program so much because it really can help a lot of people.
Gracias a los programas que manejamos, nos permiten empoderar a las personas a que cumplan sus objetivos y no solamente eso, sino que alcancen sus sueños y les permitimos soñar aún más en grande.
Thank you so much from deep down of my heart to all of our donors because you have brought hope to my country. Thank you so much for that.
As you can see, they are so grateful, and I am in turn so grateful for everything that they do to keep our programs running smoothly. All right, so as an engineer and an MBA and an educator, I'm a little bit of a nerd, and I love a pop quiz. But before anyone gets too nervous, it's not a quiz that you can fail. I promise it'll be easy, and it'll just help us get to know each other a little bit. And to get started, I'm going to do that thing you're not supposed to do, and I'm going to ask all of you to take out your phones. I'm not going to ask you to bid a little extra on that auction item that you already won, but we're going to open a web browser, scan the QR code if that's easier, or go to pe.app/mentors. And once you're in, you're going to see a question that says, I'm here, and I'd love for everyone to just check in, let us know that you're here. Is it working? If you're in the back, you sometimes have to zoom in a little. I know those QR codes are hard. But this year we got all of our mentors onto a new impact measurement tech platform, so hopefully we should be able to get on the quiz software tonight. And hopefully if you have a friendly neighbor at your table to help you out, or you want to flag down a volunteer, feel free to sort of raise your hand, ask for some help. And we got to go to the next slide to get you started. Okay, are we started? Okay. Now we have our check-in going. Those of you that saw our staff members, our headquarters team, they've been training mentors for the last few months. We got a new curriculum all rolled out, and all 250 of our mentors are very, very close to being done getting certified on that content. So our headquarters team are training experts. Once you're checked in, I think we're getting some volume up there. You see that little ticker? We're getting close to 300. I think we can get a little higher than 300, and then we'll start. So close, guys. We're gonna need a countdown. 260. We're gonna stop at 275, or we're gonna hit 300. I feel like an auctioneer. We weren't supposed to do an auction. It was supposed to be a silent auction. We're so close. All right, we're gonna get started. We're gonna let everyone catch up. Okay, so remember that our goal is to get to know a little bit more about each other. So starting with the easy question, what brings you here tonight? Did your friend make you come? Are you a little like Danny and you wanted an evening, a date night with no dinner having to be cooked at home? Or are you a big fan of silent auction? Maybe a little bit of all of them. You can select more than one. Or maybe you lived abroad and you want to support people in one of our countries, or you're an entrepreneur and you love supporting other small businesses. Or maybe you're here because you share our vision that everyone should have the opportunity to live free from poverty. I'm hoping to see a lot more in that bottom bucket, since you can select more than one. There's a lot of friends here. A lot of friends made you come. I love that, though. Thank you for the friends that made you come. Appreciate that. Awesome. This is cool, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing with us and sharing your answers. Your support of our vision and our mission and your love for some of the countries that we work in, it's what fuels all of the stories that you're hearing about tonight. So thank you so much for sharing that vision with us. Our second question is, how long have you been supporting Mentors International? Are you just starting your journey with us? Maybe your friend made you come and this is like day one. Or maybe you've been here 5, 10 years. Earlier today, we had the opportunity to meet some of our amazing longtime supporters that have been here since our founding in 1990. So 35 years of supporting this organization. If you are a longtime donor, there's a few of us here. Look at that, 23%? Are they the only ones answering? A lot of us have been here a long time. It's really incredible. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna ask our longtime donors, since there's a lot of people here who maybe their friend made them come, or maybe they're first timers. Big group of us are here for the first time. Longtime donors, keep an eye out for new friends, and maybe as we wrap up our program, stick around and share a little bit about why you've supported us for such a long time. I'd love to hear what exchange of ideas we can get from fresh new perspectives and longtime supporters. All right, I'm gonna change gears a little bit. I'd love for everyone to step back and think about a mentor that you've had in your life. We've all had a mentor, or been a mentor, or probably both. We've had friends, colleagues, family members, grandparents that have inspired us, that have helped us along our path and been our mentor. So with that mentor in mind, I'd love to hear from all of you. What's one word that you would use to describe the impact that that mentor had in your life? Ooh, analytical. Engineering friend out there. This is gonna be fun, guys. Confidence, belief, open mind, support, inspiration, just unimaginable impacts in our lives. So much hope and inspiration. Love these. Patience, that's a big one. These are so good. Thank you guys so much for playing my game. It wouldn't work if it weren't for you helping me out here. I love it. Confidence is really anchored in there. I love to see that. So many of our entrepreneurs say that they have been transformed by our mentors, right? For me, the word that came to mind is transformative. Our mentors are really pivotal sources of support and inspiration and love and caring and kindness. And they share not just financial education, but they share key growth mindset skills alongside that financial education to help these families take steps out of poverty and into self-sufficiency. So as we reflect on that beautiful word cloud, I want to tell you a story about one of the mentors that I've seen in action this year. This is Arelis, our mentor with the women at the Moby Cancer Center in Nicaragua. These women moved to this hospital center far from home for months or years at a time to receive cancer treatment. The center staff teaches them sewing skills so that they have something to sell and then send funds back home to their families. A lot of time these women are leaving their income generation at home and they're coming to this center in the central city in Nicaragua. And to supplement their technical skills, our mentors worked with them to help them structure their businesses, market and sell online, and ultimately grow their earnings to help these families navigate a really stressful time. For me, this moment illustrated the power of partnerships in our work. We can't teach everything, we can't cure cancer, but we can help those already learning a trade to maximize and grow their businesses and better support their families. There's actually a lucky winner. I don't think they're here, but correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a lucky winner who took home an auction item of a bag made by one of these women as she was learning how to sew and growing her business. So if you know the person who maybe won that Moby Cancer Center project bag item, tell them this story since they're not quite here to listen to it. A lot of you also won other items like ties or chess sets or nativity sets. These are also made by our entrepreneurs that are working their way through their business creation and growth process. The work that we did at the Moby Cancer Center in Nicaragua actually came about through an even larger collaboration with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the Giving Machine Initiative. I hope a lot of you already are familiar with the Giving Machines. You've seen our little photo booth over there. But the Giving Machine has enabled us to give a gift, like a goat or a cooking pot or sewing materials, to our most committed entrepreneurs so that they can take a step forward in their business journey. Combined with our mentoring program, we've seen incredible results in outcomes for the families that we work with. At Mentors International, we're firm believers that partnerships power our growth. With Bancolombia, one of the largest banks in Colombia, we've seen the scaling power that comes with the co-creation of a program where we are doing the mentoring and they are giving microloans. With the World Food Program and World Vision, we've learned from their extensive agricultural and rural community experience. With CEMEX and Tigo, we've witnessed how corporate outreach programs paired with mentoring can uplift the communities that these companies depend on. I want to leave you with a short video that we received from our partners at the BYU Management Society, where you'll hear from Glory. She's a Nigerian bakery owner who doubled her monthly income with support from her mentor, Eric.
In 2025, the BYU Management Society hosted its second business plan competition in Africa. The top 4 winners were partnered with a mentor from Mentors International, each receiving 6 months of mentorship.
I have been privileged to receive mentoring support from Mentors International through BYUM. Working with my mentor has been a tremendous blessing. Through our discussion, I gained practical insights on how to grow my customer base and remain focused even during economic challenges. I'm deeply grateful to BYUM and Mentors International for the mentorship opportunity.
I hope with this little glimpse, it's so tiny, you all, please come on a trip. But I hope that with this little glimpse into the work that our mentors do and our collaborations on the ground, I hope I was able to demonstrate how dedicated our team is in each and every one of our countries. We are truly working to build and deliver world-class, life-changing programs efficiently and transparently so that entrepreneurs around the world can build a better future for themselves and their families. Thank you all so much for making this possible. And to our teams in country, gracias, obrigada, asante sana, zikomo, okun, and medase.
Thank you, Anna, for that fun activity. And more importantly, thank you for all you do to execute our mission every day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some entertainment. Our next guest is a celebrated singer and actor known for his incredible stage presence and unforgettable voice. Dallyn Vail Bayles starred as Phantom, Raoul, and Andre in national and international Broadway tours of The Phantom of the Opera, and played Enjolras in Les Mis. As a concert soloist, Dallyn has graced stages such as Carnegie Hall and Lincoln Center, and performed with the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. This past summer, Dallyn traveled with mentors to Kenya, where he personally saw the power of our program and met with some of the families whose lives have been changed through mentoring. Please join me in giving a massive welcome to Dallyn Vail Bayles.
There's a beautiful quote from Victor Hugo, who once said, "Is there not in every human soul, and was there not in the soul of Jean Valjean, an essential spark, an element of the divine, indestructible in this world and immortal in the next, which goodness can preserve, nourish, and fan into glorious flame, and which evil can never quite extinguish?" God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be Thank you. I'm just going to step over here to share a couple of the experiences that I had in Kenya. What an experience. It was life-changing for me. Like the song I just sang, where you have this person, Jean Valjean, whose life is changed by the kind act of a bishop. And then, through that kind act, he goes out to serve other people, even to the point of being able to risk his life and sacrifice his life for the well-being of another. I saw that kind of love, that kind of friendship, that kind of concern for others demonstrated through these mentors. I had this really neat experience. That's my wife there, that's Rachel. And we were with one of the socios named John, and he had this cyber cafe. And one day we went in and just helped him to paint it, make it look nice, paint the walls white. And while we were there, we attracted the attention of several people in the area, but these children. And my wife brought along a couple of sweets, and so she decided to give one to the children. But what was so interesting is that they didn't eat it. They went and got their friends and brought them over and wanted to make sure that they could get one too. And then they would in turn go get other children in the area until they wanted to make sure that everybody had some of those fruit snacks. And I love that because I feel like that's what these mentors do. We saw people who were willing to share what they had, not because they loved these people. I will always remember while we were when we first met these mentors here in this room, I just was blown away by the caliber of these men and women. There was a question that was asked to the effect of, well, what keeps you going? It can't be always easy while you're working with these socios because, you teach them these principles and then they either ignore it or they don't, or they're not successful, so they get discouraged. What keeps you going? And it was interesting because they just looked at us like that was the stupidest question in the world. And they just said, they're our friends. We love them. And I saw that. I love this beautiful quote from this girl right here on the right. Her name was Marcy. She'd only been there for 3 months. And the question was asked her, what has impressed you the most being here at Mentors? And she just said, people have great potential. You just need to encourage them and help them to know that they can accomplish what they have in their hearts and minds. They can do it. These mentors went out and they did just that. I wish I could just share so much more with you. But I would like to sing a song to this effect, that these mentors go out to change people's lives for good. And I'd like to bring out my dear friend and singing partner, Amy Shreve Keeler, to sing this song with me. Dear Amy is, thank you, yes. Is an incredibly talented performer, has worked a lot with the Walt Disney Corporation throughout the world and does a lot of local theater and is an incredible person. And so we'd like to sing this song for you, For Good.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Now I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I am who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the woods.
never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
because I knew you, I have been changed for
good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you,
because I knew you,
because I knew you, I have been changed for good. No doubt about it, these mentors are out doing good. I just want to share a couple of the stories of some of these socios. There was a young man by the name of Vincent over here with that motorcycle, and he decided he was going to do a courier service. And as he has been learning from his incredible mentor, Lillian, he's had some struggles. But it was amazing to sit in on their small lesson where they teach them these principles of entrepreneurship, principles that help them to get into the right mindset to keep going, even when things are tough. And I was just so impressed with her. Her gentleness, her knowledge, her encouragement. I saw a master teacher at work. And I don't know if she really sees herself that way, but her love, her concern for this young man shined through, and it was beautiful to watch. Gloria, down here, is a hairstylist, and she has her Glow salon. And look at that little shanty there. You know, when I walked in there, I'm like, girl, you shouldn't be here. Your talents deserve to be in much bigger, better places. But no, I was wrong. She's right where she needed to be. She is making so much good out of what she has. And that's what Mentors does. It helps these individuals to be able to make the most of their circumstances and make it beautiful. And look at her. Look how she's presented herself and her shop. It's just really beautiful. She makes something really special there. Even in a circumstance that you'd think there's just no way. I mean, she's right next to a butcher shop and then several other hair salons all down the road there. And yet she's able to thrive. And it was beautiful to meet her. One of the young men that I was most impressed with was this young man over here in the black shirt. His name was Brian. And when he was taught the principles of mentoring from the mentors, they give him this idea that you need to find something you want to do. What do you want to do? And I don't know, I can't remember exactly how he came across this, but he realized that there was a lack of mushroom providers to restaurants. And so he knew nothing about mushrooms or how to grow them. And so he learned on his own. He went and gathered these materials from these farmers where he could compact them and put them on those shelves there. He created this entire shed by himself, putting up the siding, putting up the insulation. He even created these tubes where water would spray out to help keep things moist and humid in that area to be able to spur growth. He is now very successful in harvesting these mushrooms and selling them to these restaurants. And just listening to this young man, he was so determined. He knew he was going to become the biggest provider of mushrooms in Kenya. And that was his goal. And I believe he's going to do it. I have no doubt. Even from this little tiny shed, I can't wait to see where he goes from there. These stories just abound. And it was so beautiful to be able to watch. Just like what Marcy said, that sometimes these people just need a little push. Just need a little help to know that the goals and the dreams that they have in their heart, they can achieve them. They can do it. And I'd like to sing a final song for you called The Impossible Dream. How appropriate. You take people who are in poverty and these kind of circumstances, the world seems like it's just completely against them. And yet mentors go in there, teach them the principles to help them to know how to lift above that. And so I'd like to sing this final song, The Impossible Dream, which is what, to me, Mentors International is all about, helping others achieve that. To fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, love, pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable stars. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars. Thank you. God bless you, and thank you for your support of this wonderful organization.
Thank you, Dallyn and Amy. Dallyn, we're grateful for that testimony that you shared and your experiences of what you saw and did in Kenya. This work really is truly helping impossible dreams become true. I love it. As we move to our final speaker tonight, I want to express how fortunate we are to have someone at the helm who believes deeply in these families and in this mission. Peter Sturgeon, the CEO of Mentors International, leads with vision, strategy, and heart. He has a deep passion for supporting global entrepreneurs and has focused his career on it. Prior to joining Mentors International, he spent 12 years working closely with entrepreneurs as a private equity investor with Sorensen Capital. It is my honor to introduce the person guiding this organization forward, helping bring about sustainable change. Please give a warm welcome to our CEO, Peter Sturgeon.
Thank you, Danny. Have you ever had a moment that completely broke your paradigm, changed your view of the world, made you reevaluate your whole perspective and priorities? When I was 19 years old, I stood on a crowded train platform in Mumbai, India. I had never felt such claustrophobia. People were packed shoulder to shoulder, even hanging on from the sides of the trains. Overwhelmed, I moved toward the far end of the station. There, I looked down and I saw a young mother on the side of the tracks. She was dressed in rags with just one flip-flop. In her left arm, she held her baby in a dirty gunny sack, and she was looking through the garbage to find something to sell. The noise of the train station faded away, and I began to sob. In my grief and anger, questions flooded me, and one of them cut very deep. Peter, what are you going to do about it? In that moment, I saw her as my sister, equal to me in capacity and potential, but unequal in opportunity and dignity. That moment changed me. Unfortunately, people in her situation exist all over the world. A reminder that all is not right when abundance and prosperity coexist with such level of scarcity and suffering. A world in which some lives seem to matter less. But this woman has something in common with millions of others. She's willing to get out and work, to scrap, to hustle, to fight for her family. At Mentors International, these are our people. We stand with the scrappers, the street hawkers, the strivers, the dads who start food carts because there's no jobs available, the single moms who start a business so their kids can go to school, the micro entrepreneurs who drop the word micro and become full-on job creators. These are our people, the ones with grit. That's why we do this. The magic of Mentors International is that we connect these scrappy entrepreneurs to another inspiring group, our mentors. Our mentors are young local professionals. They love their countries and they work to strengthen their own communities. And our mentors show up for our people. Last year, our mentors completed over 170,000 personalized visits. In fact, in the last month, our mentors have completed over 1,000 visits every day. Think of that. 1,000 families getting one-on-one mentoring every day. Our mentors, they're amazing. They travel on crowded buses, they trek through the mud, and they show up with a smile, with encouragement, with accountability and hope. They teach life skills like goal setting and growth mindset, and business skills like marketing and budgeting, and they show up for our people. and we give them the tools they need to be successful. We certify our mentors on proven curriculum. We leverage our proprietary impact tracking software. So we document every single visit. We have a picture. What content was taught? What's the business metrics? How are they doing? It's simple, measurable, and effective. And this is how we show up for our people. And tonight I want to invite you to join us in this inspiring work. Come on a trip and see our people in action. These are not projects where we show up and build something and then leave. They're opportunities for us to walk beside our mentors, to meet these entrepreneurs and see resilience in action. We spend a few days helping the families to improve their businesses. The reality is, your presence will not change their situation, but it will change you and your family. You will come home inspired and see the world differently. As Danny mentioned earlier, we're thrilled to announce a matching donation that begins tonight and runs through Giving Tuesday on December 2nd. Thanks to a few generous donors, the next $300,000 that we raise will be matched dollar for dollar. Those gifts add up to real change for our people. A $250 donation supports a family with mentoring for an entire year. $1,000 supports a mentor's salary for a month. For $12,000, you can sponsor a mentor for a year, and they will lift over 50 families from poverty. Six-figure donations can sponsor our work in an entire country. On your tables, there are envelopes and pens and pledge cards. I hope that you will grab them right now and consider getting involved. There's a QR code and you can scan it and you can donate immediately, or you can write down a pledge amount. And then you can drop those pledge cards off with one of our staff members on the way out. As you think about what donation level is right for you and your family, I want to close with a story from a donor trip that I went on this year. On the banks of the Mekong River in Cambodia, we visited a slum Cambodia that floods every single year. And there we met one of our people, Fanny. Fanny's a mother of 4 who runs a little shop in front of her house. And our mentor, Ratana, shows up, rain or shine, flood or no flood. She shows up for our people. Working with her mentor, Fanny has grown her business, and now she earns enough to keep all of her children in school, whereas before she only had enough for her oldest 2. When I visited Fanny, I noticed a group of children coming out of her store. I was saddened to learn that because of their poverty, none of them attend formal school. These children were full of energy with bright smiles, not unlike the children I see at my own kids' elementary school. But those smiles are hiding a cycle of generational poverty and limited opportunities. But Fanny's story does not stop there, because Fanny is one of our people. She's a doer, a scrappy change maker, and a community leader. She was not satisfied with getting her own children into school. She saw the educational gap in her community and decided to do something about it. As soon as she paid off her debts, she used the profits from her now thriving business to open a small free school behind her shop, a place where these neighborhood children come each day to learn to read. Fanny created a local solution to unlock the potential of the next generation. This is what I love about our work and our people. Something as simple as helping a mom and dad to build a small business, get steady income, can unlock this multiplier effect of local impact that actually ripples through generations. It's not about pity. It's about partnership. It's not about charity. It's about empowerment. These are our people, and this is the work of Mentors International. If you feel like these are your people too, please join us. Please give generously, especially during this donor match. Please join us on a trip. Come and get involved. Become part of this inspiring community. Sincerely, thank you for being with us tonight. This sense of community is so important. Thank you for believing in the power of mentoring entrepreneurs to change the world. And thank you for supporting our people. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. You are awesome, and we love you. Thank you for being such a good leader and for your dedication to this life-changing mission. By being here tonight, you're helping us further this new approach to philanthropy, one that turns a donation into an investment, focused on long-term, measurable, and dignified success. So let's maximize that donation match and double the impact of every dollar donated tonight. As we bring this remarkable evening to a close, we want to express our deepest gratitude to each one of you that is here, that supports. Your presence and generosity tonight helps entrepreneurs rise and families thrive, allowing hope to take root in the places where it's needed most. You are the reason dreams become reality. This is not possible without you. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.